it's Madden NFL 23. And coming up, it's the Commanders' veteran linebacker. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Commanders and the 49ers on Thursday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they enter play here. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile
on the counter, it's Taylor. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mahomes. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll check this one down to Taylor. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Carlson able to put this one through. And it's 3-0 Washington. Well, they had the great field position to start that opening drive. They only get 3 out of it, but still they get 3. So maybe kind of a win for the offense, Charles, and kind of a win for the defense as well.
Yeah, I would say win-win seems to sum the whole thing up because where that ball was placed to start, that's tough on a defense, and they held them to 3. Now, if you're the offense, you're thinking to yourselves, how do we open up the playbook later on in this game and turn this 3 into 6s down the stretch?
So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 53 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Back to throw here.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick-6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties with big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick-6.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. Singletary again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
That one a first down pickup of 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Off the option, here's Taylor. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Niners will take over possession here up at the 44. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Incomplete. This defense for the Commanders is very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first. A big completion there against double coverage. And, Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got a pick before. It's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a play fake here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
58 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. Throw taken in by Taylor left side.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. First and 10, Taylor now.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organic.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. 30, 10, 5, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick 6 against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick 6 of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick 6, the other comes back and matches it. These are two defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On the draw, it's Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play.
On the draw is Taylor. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Mahomes going to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw.
And that one into the hands of Brown downfield.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a first down. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. A big play there. Taking it in.
And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From the 6. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Now here's Mahomes.
That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a give to Taylor. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Washington on 3rd down.
Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 2nd and 5.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And a look at the next-gen stats reveals that sack occurred in all of 2.3 seconds. And you think you want to be an NFL quarterback? On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mahomes.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
third and long. They'll look to throw.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle but couldn't spring himself free. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. And they have regained the lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw.
He's got Brown on the out route complete. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Here's Tommy Townsend now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes now to throw.
He'll drop this down to Taylor. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 107 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Micah Parsons
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. They'll drop to throw.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with career touchdown number 209, breaking Jerry Rice's record. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now back to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Moss on the give up the middle.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Washington offense set to take over. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now. I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Eluding the pressure right.
Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it. The third quarter starts with a run by Singletary. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 2nd and 9 now. And that is incomplete here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And how he got away from that first tackler, no idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage. On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. Complete. This is Mitchell. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great...
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Mahomes to throw.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that will be incomplete. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Mahomes going to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Defense.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. A give, Singletary right side. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They go right back to Singletary. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
And he stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. 123 yards rushing now on 23 carries so far. From the gun, it's Taylor. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
On 2nd and 9. Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now here's Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Washington. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man complete. That's Walton. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Mahomes got his, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. This is caught by Williams. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Throwing now is Mahomes. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 2. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Quick slant to Brown. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
141 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Back to Taylor on first down.
A little juke. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Patrick Mahomes with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Commanders are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign.
And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Washington, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.